Luís Valença, it's wonderful to be able to sit down with you and be able to share about yourself and your work with horses, and especially your contributions to classical dressage. So as a very accomplished rider and teacher with over 60 years of experience, what is the mission that you're on? What are you trying to achieve with your work?
You know, you speak about people. I can speak you about horses. Huh? It's the horses that give me the force to training the people in a good conditions after to have in the future good riders to my horses. My passion is the horses. Huh? And the Iberian horses, the Lusitano horses. Huh? And all that people that come here, you have all time the door open to go inside. After, I can begin to prepare a little that it's okay. The other can ride, but not in our gold area, huh? Because the people needs to have first thing big passion from the horses. Don't have hours. You can do now. If you need to do in 2 hours, you can do, and all time with much enthusiastic. Huh? That is the first thing that I look in the people. Huh? After I begin to put the riders that come here to ride the horses dress, because that horses give to the people the way how to transmit that soft dressage, and after I can see what is the answer from the rider, if he can have a good adaptation or not. That is the first proposition. After, I don't know, but I have 1,000 and 1,000 riders that stay with me. Huh? But maybe in much thousand, I have maybe 20, very good. All the rest, good. Huh? No one bad. Huh? Because the first thing, if you love horses, it's one good sign. After, if you have the feeling to have the word of the equestrian heart, it's another thing. Huh? The first thing is to show the begin. All the things in the life, you have a begin. If you don't know the begin, you can do the halfway. Huh? And the begin is very, very, very important. And after you see where are the good riders that have that feeling. And after you need to, there are a moment, you need to put the way free. He needs to do what he thinks that it's better. Huh? And now you can appreciate that boy or that rider. He can have an evolution from himself with the basic things that he knows. Huh? I have 3 or 4 riders very good in that way. And my doctors, miscellaneous. You know, there are others that take another way. For example, Daniel Pinto, it's Olympic. He have stayed with us when it's children. He have hit the basic things, but after he have take his way it's sportive. But how you have so much develop work with these sources, because you have a basic you have learned the basic things. Yeah. And after you have developed in this way. Yeah. Nuno Palma, you know Palma that lives in Germany. Huh? The same, he have stayed with me here. He come with 11 years. He have take that way to the sportive, but he have a basic things. And why is he have a good result in the sportive things? Because you know the basic things, the communication with the horse, and to respect much the horse. You need to have satisfaction. The horse, you have satisfaction with his work. And after that, it's harmony. You know Mr. Oliveira? I speak all the time Mr. Oliveira because it's the man that I have that I know very well working he have a fire passion by the equitation. And his life he don't have, I never see a good horse for him. He have all time little horses, and they take one horse like that in maybe 2-3 months. You arrive, it's a miracle. What happened? It's passion and it's love that he can transmit to the horse and give the personality of the horse go up. The horse, it's not forced to do the things. The horse do the things like sometimes I tell it's like a miracle. Huh? And for example, Nuno, he have all time, he like very much music, classic music. He have and the opera all time. All time he have the opera in the riding hall. When I am inspired with the opera, all the problems if I have with the horses disappear, because my mind it's relaxed. And you know, I have seen. I like to tell some stories. One day I am in the riding hall and he ride one horse, Oliveira. And there are a moment the telephone son. There are not that mobile telephone. He down the horse, he go to the telephone, it take maybe half hour. He return, and he return with a visual very, very close. And he tell to the groom, take that horse out and take me the Harpalo Prince. Harpalo Prince, it's Anglo-Arab that the other horse come, he ride the horse in the middle of the riding hall, turn to the nature, he take the reins, he do a flexion to the right, Baucher flexion, one to the left, after he stop, he piaf, boom, boom, boom. He stop, he give the reins, all time in the same place, and he cry. And you see the sky. It's just, I tell you that, and I am, because something, and you say, what happened with that man? Huh? He return, he take the reins, he repeat, flexion, relax the horse, piaf, stop, rein, and all time he cry. After I know what happened, he have a good, old friend of him in the States that he have died, and he go to the telephone. He received that news and what is the if there are normal people, maybe he do a press with in a church or something like that. Now he have take the horse from that lady, and what he have do? He go to Baucher with the flexion. It's relax the horse. After he go to the Rassemblée to the Piaf. After he report, he give the reins. He gives, and after he take out his passion. It's his passion from it's something so nice. Nobody understand. I have understand everything what happened. To explain what is the equestrian art. The equestrian art it's that. The equestrian art it's to feeling in the heart, to pass in the mind, and to have a reflex in the horse that you ride in that moment.
It's beautiful.
It's nice. It's a nice moment.
Yeah.
And I have dedicated all my work to that type of dressage.
Yeah.
Soft, no force, no, and to give much love in your work.
Yeah.
And this is life. It's not something that you can study. You need to give the way, and after you need to develop for himself, with some correction from when there are problems to do some correction, but not like you go to the riding hall, bang, do that. No. First, basic things, after, develop from himself, okay?
Yeah. For those listening who aren't familiar with your background and your work, what professional experience and education have brought you to the present day? How many horses have you trained? How many shows have you done? How long have you been riding? give me a nice overview of the wealth of experience you have in classical riding.
You know, I have one photo, yeah, it's not here, in the year 1951. I have 3 years old. And I begin to ride. Huh? I have three big masters. My godfather, that it's in Lisbon. You have a big farm in the central Lisbon. When you have horses, it's maybe the big commercial about horses. It's him. You have maybe 20, 30 horses there for everything, to carriage, to jumping, to the hound. You have several. And you don't have sons. And I have 5 years old. I begin to go with him all days. It's my first master. He have a big experience to go buy horses and to know. You tell me, that is not good because you have that. That it's my beginner. Later, I have a big master. It's the teacher from the Prince of Portugal at the time of Portugal monarchy, and it's a man that his father, it's a master too, and it's a son. Como é que se diz aluno? Aluno. He's a student from Baucher directly. The father from my master. Now he's terrible because it's Baucher. But I have worked with him. He began to give lessons. He have 87 years. He died with 93. But all the Baucher system he give me directly.
Wow.
Now I have understand that because Baucher it's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. If you read, it's
very difficult. Yes.
Very difficult. It's better to read the telephonic list. It's more easy. I have that chance. And after that, Nuno opened the doors, and I go to work with him. And Nuno, it's the more complete because he accepts all the opinions, all the riders, and he tell me, Luís, you need each horse, you need all the riders that have write some books about the dressage, all they have reason. Sometimes they are contrary in the opinion, but one you have reason and to the type of horse that they ride. For example, the Condor in Baucher, they are fight.
Yes, yeah.
They fight. But
and Baucher, yeah.
Yes, you have all time fight, but detail. But all you have reason. You need to profit that to some problems that you have with the horses. And now Nuno is a fantastic rider. I agree with him. They tell me when I go there, it's a difficult man. I never have that a problem with him because I have that experience before with the horse. I have adapted to his way from the life, and I have learned much with him. And with that, I begin to work my horses from my clients. And the other day I do a little counts, how much horses, and maybe more 5,000 horses pass me because I have work. I have work in Lisbon. I have my riding hall in Lisbon during 15 years, more or less. And in that moment, during the year, he passed maybe 15, 16 horses in that space. After, when I come here, prepare horses, prepare the shows. And I have to count, boom. If there are maybe by here 85 horses, and I arrive, it's more than 5,000 horses.
Wow.
All different, but all, I remember quite all the horses. I remember quite all the horses. The people I don't remember. I remember maybe
The horses are more important.
but the horse it's important. All you know, in my life, all the ways that I have take different ways, huh? It's a horse that gives me the way, a special horse. There are a moment I tell that story. I received one horse from a man from Spain that worked with one of my riders too. A lot of my pupils that work in Valencia. And he tell me, you go in Portugal, man, you have a passion for the equestrian art, you want to buy a Portuguese horse and stay at your place to dress, huh?
To train the horse.
The trainer.
Yeah.
And the horse, and the man come, he buy a horse, and that moment, it's a star light that opened my life, huh? First, the horse, it's not the best. It's that one, the Palomino, that it's not the best horse, but it's very good mind. It's not very strong, but enough fitness. And that man, 1 year after that, he have the horse there, he come all months to see the horse, and he tell, Luís, you are here very bad conditions. I have my riding hall with 18 meters by 12, no windows, all closed. Why don't have something, a space to... One reason very easy, I don't have money to do that. Okay, you go to show a space, and I go to sponsor that.
Okay,
Huh?
yeah.
It's Sultão that... Sultão is the name of the horse, huh? It's the Palomino that is there. And you have, by that, you have building everything, because when by that there are, it's only space without no trees, nothing. Huh?
So Sultão helped finance the whole farm.
Yeah.
Wow.
After the time passed, and in the year 1985, I am invited to go in Paris to the Jumping International to present 2 horses. I have presented, I have a photo of the Alter, that it's in long range there, and I have taken Sultão with my doctor, because Sultão, it's a horse, a man with Sultão is not nice. It's a horse very feminine. The color, Palomino, white hair, big thing, and it's my doctor, Luisa, that present him in Paris. And I have dressed that horse in order for my first master. All the things from Baucher, you do canter back, you do canter in some place, you do gallop in three legs, you do passage out in front, in back. And my doctor, with 11 years, he present the horse in Paris. And it's not nice to tell that, but it's like a poem. Huh? All the parents say, what happened with that? Because you see all that exercise from Baucher in the books and photos. And now a girl with 11 years old present the horse in Paris. What happened? That horse go to open me the way to begin do shows out of Portugal. One year after you go to England, 2 years after you go to German, and after that you have the first group for Apassionata, and after Apassionata go to Cavalluna, and that begins to develop. It's all time a horse that gives me the way.
I want to come back to Sultão and talk about him in more detail. But first I want to go also more into the farm and what he helped you create here. So here we are now in Vila Franca de Xira, at your stables, so the Centro Equestre de Lisaria Grande. And I think now this school is actually one of the best known in Portugal for really traditional classical riding, as you call it, classical riding art.
Yes.
What do you think is the reason why so many people, especially from outside of Portugal, are now so interested in coming to your farm specifically?
Because all the world, the horses that you have in the schools, are not the best horses to give the feeling to the riders. That. And here, the Lusitano, it's fantastic. It's a baby. It's fantastic with the personality, nice horse. When he's dressed, it's like a chocolate. Huh? It's like a chocolate. And the people, when prove, I have, for example, I have here, there are 3 years, one lady, he have 72 years,
72, yeah.
72 years. And he begin in one group, and first lesson, she ride, and in the end, they do a little passage, piaf, and after I need to stop. And stop, and she cry. You know, I have 72 years. And never in my life I have that sensation, that horse has me. When I speak with the people that work with me, but with all the other people that come here to ride, in 2-3 days he knows, that ambience, he relax. And when he relax, the horse can give the good experience. You know, there are some, I go to the stories, maybe 30 years before, I received here the president from France, the federation, a new president. He come here, it's Mr. You know, of course I remember the name. It's a man, I don't remember the name. But he come here because when he take the place of president, he want to know what happened with the world from riders in France. And he have that all years he lose 35,000 people go out from to ride. He have equilibrate with the new ones that go there, but he tells 35,000. It's much people. What is the reason? And you have to see the reason is one: the riding schools don't have appropriate horses to the people. Right? You have horses very strong, very with not bad in the character, but with some reaction, very strong. Now you have come in Portugal, and you want to buy each year 200 horses to the riding schools in France. You have here a meeting with the director from the breeders here, and they don't know why. Stupid. He tell, no, you need that horses from our people. You don't. And after that, man, he goes to England and he buy some ponies in England to. He want to transform the schools in France. Huh? And what happened? He said that explanation to tell you. The horse, it's very important with the people that begin. Because give confidence. You don't give refuge or stay afraid. And here I have a chance to live in Portugal and to have the Lusitano horses. And you know, my horses, he live just to... I have one horse now that work all Saturdays with the children. He has 33 years.
Wow.
And he work satisfied. In the end, the children, 6-7 years old, in the end of the lesson, normal lesson, he can prove a little passage, piaf. And he begins to stay inside with that sensation. He tells, now I want to learn more to arrive with the other horses. Now, I think that when I have tell in the beginning, the important it's not the people, the important it's the horses.
Yeah. This is very different because I grew up in Western Canada, and until I found my first classical instructor, and this was Antonio Borba Monteiro, who was very good, I had actually never heard of the term classical dressage or classical riding. And for people who are listening, who maybe have never heard of the term before, or classical riding art, how would you explain this to them? Why would you say, why is it important? And how is it different from maybe the dressage that they would find in a typical stable or in a competition, let's say?
You know, all that part, it's the future from that people. Huh? But you need to put in that people to have the experience from the soft dressage. Huh? For example, my granddaughter, my granddaughter do dressage competition. Huh? She ride now one horse, his horse that do Grand Prix dressage. Huh? But you have the begin. You have seen my costumes there.
Yes, yes.
When she have 4 years old, she have one horse. It's Tintin, Tantan, and that horse is fantastic. But he is learn, and he have present the horse with me and his mother. You have seen the costume, the little costume, in the Golgan Ferry. Huh? She have 4 years old, and you go inside the tree, just to the pillars. She stay between the pillars, and after she tell for me, from his mother, go out that I stay here in Piaf alone. What? You don't have go out, huh? You have to go a little back, but you have tell, you have the reason from that way from work, that way from ride, it's inside of in the children. Huh? In that moment, there are maybe, I don't know, 5,000 people, 6,000 people to look the show. She have present like an adult. Huh? Now I stay here in Piaf, you know, and I tell she have understand that, and she's a fantastic rider today. Huh? But the basic things, children, you have that, and what you have to give to her, you have a fantastic horse that give the experience, and you accept sometimes the mistakes, huh?
Yeah.
And you are there to corrige the mistakes. Huh? It's the moment. After the rest, you need to that each one develop a little his personality.
So how would you differentiate the dressage most people would see every day versus what you're specialized in, which is more classical riding, especially in the Portuguese tradition?
You know that it's different horse by horse. Huh? There are horses because the horse you have, the Portuguese horse, you have much personality, don't have much force. They are a little fragile, but you have much flexibility in all articulation. And after, inside, you have sometimes much power. Huh? Now, a normal horse, when I tell a normal, it's not power like that, it's not power like that. A normal horse, he can work during the week 3-4 times. A horse with much power, he needs to work more time, more days, but not to do all days the same. For example, one day he work in longe, he work in hand, the other day it's right, just to the power stay in a normal equilibrium. Huh?
Equilibrium. Yeah.
Equilibrium. A horse that you don't have any power, that it's the more difficult. A lazy horse, it's the more difficult. Huh? But you can transform that with some work in hand, some work in the pillars. Huh? Because when they work in the pillars, I don't want to speak about the pillars, but the work in the pillars, they give the horse, you have all 2 pillars and his calves only in the pillars. And when you have some reaction, you don't have people that refuse that. It's him, the pillars. Huh? And behind you can give some impulsion. If you want to go, you tell, but there are no people here. It's myself. And sometimes he begins to stay more close, and to give his power down can help a little more. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
But the Lusitanos normally have a good equilibrium.
It was very good, yeah, good balance.
Good balance. it's for example, you have the German horses, fantastic. It's the best. It's the Formula One. It's the Formula One from to the sport. But what happened? You have much muscles. Sometimes the cross to arrive to that, they are much inside, and the mind it's not pure. Now you need, with that horse, you need to transform his mind to receive you, and after to work the rest of the body. You know, Mr. Oliveira, 3 years or 4 years before to die, he tell, I want a horse cross like that to know if my system result in a horse like that. And he go in Belgium, and he buy one horse. It's Dumper. No, it's the name of Bunker. It's Bunker. This horse. There are a group of horses there that you have choice, young horses that come from Russia, and you have go with Hélène Arianoff, that is the Olympic rider. Yeah. Arianoff. She have go with Henriquet, Michel Henriquet. She have with Mr. Andrade to see the horses. They present the horses, all the horses, and after they tell, now you go out, I go to my choice alone with the proprietary. And he have stayed maybe 2 hours with him. When he returned, he tell to Henriquet, what horse you have choice? Henriquet tell, the Palomine, I think that there are a Palomine that moves very well. No, you don't understand anything. And you may be the brown in the final. All of you don't know everything. I have choice the worst.
Horse ever.
The worst. You know why? To know if my work in a worst horse cross result.
This is smart. Smart.
And they tell, and there are another reason. It's more cheap. I don't have money. Okay, the horse go, and he tell, the horse don't come in Portugal. He tell to Hélène Arianoff, you take the horse to your place, you begin to ride the horse, and after when the horse receive the rider, you send me the horse in Portugal. And Hélène Arianoff take the horse. It may be 1 week after, phone to Nuno, there are a problem, the horse, he have one leg, it's not normal with the other, no, work the horse. And he repeat more 2 or 3 days, Nuno, it's better to the vet come here to know what them, and he tell, never, a vet, never, because I know that the vet that will go to do that horse, he have a problem in the right leg that I have seen. And I want the horse. If you don't want, send me the horse. And the horse come to Portugal to begin the work. And when the horse arrive here, I am there, and I have to tell that man is crazy because the horse, he have the back here, to the garrot after the neck goes like that. You have a sparvan. You know what is a sparvan?
Yeah.
In one leg. And I tell that man, it's crazy. Huh? He begin to work the horse. Much work in hand, much flexion, and I can tell you, 1 year and a half after, the horse did something. When you see to work, the horse, he have learned. He do one thing that I never see. Piaf, not very good the piaf. Passage, Spanish trot. In the Spanish trot, he fly like that. You don't see to put the members in the forward. You go in the return to the passage, a little piaf. After you give the reins, and he and pet, and it's something fantastic. And after one day, you speak with Nuno. You need to have the moment exactly. You can't tell why. No, the moment. One day, you are in conversation, but only they tell. No, how you have do because that horse, I see the horse arrive here, and I tell for me that man, it's a little crazy to take a horse like that, and you have do something like It's a piece of art, alive. Huh? And he tell you, no, I have studied much all the masters that I have read. But my friend Baucher, in 10 days, he helped me.
Yeah. Wow.
It's the words of him.
Yeah.
My friend Baucher, in 10 days, he helped me. Because he tell Baucher, it's not the system to dress a horse, but it's a good, if you know very well Baucher, it's good to do application in some moments. It's like, you tell me, it's like antibiotic. 5 days, it's enough. More than 5 days after you can say.
Like aspirin, Voltaren is the
Yeah.
aspirin. So speaking about the aids of the horse, there's a really beautiful quote by Nuno Oliveira, or not a quote, but something he said, which was that a rider is often known for being a very good rider if they have very good hands. But it's not very often that you hear someone say that a rider is very good if they have very good legs and they know how to use the legs very well. So what would you say about this, and what do you think people listening to this could really learn from learning how to use the legs properly?
You know, that it's the moment, that it's the difference from the people that can go to the equestrian art or can go only to ride. Nuno explain one thing. The equestrian art that helps to the horse, it's like a poesy. The other rides can do the same, but it's only to write a book normal, without poesy. What happened? When I tell you that you work the horses in hand with the whip one side, the other side, after the way it's to receive the rider, and after with the rider it's somebody in the floor to do the exercise and pass that movements that you provoke with the whip to the legs of the rider and to the position from the hand. And the position from the hand, it's not to force, it's because you are in the floor. If the horse wants to force, you can corrige a little, and the horse understand only with a soft hand he can take the position to do what you pretend to do with him. In the future, a horse that is dressed in that way, you can utilize
Force.
a force. Because if you transmit a force, the horse can answer with force. And the horse, you have 500 kilos, and the rider, you have maybe 70 kilos. The force, it's out. And after all the exercise that you do without force, there are a design more correct, with a cadencier more calm, because the force, you pretend to go out of the cadencier. All that things, you need to have much repetition.
A lot of practice.
Yes, a lot of practice.
So what would you recommend for riders? Since you have so much experience, what are some things that you find riders often are unaware of that you could offer something to suggest to help them?
You know, the first, to have a good seat. And the good seat, you can do that with some exercise in trot without strips.
Everyone's favorite.
Without strips. After, when they receive the first time the reins, to have como é que se diz uma corda? A rope around the neck of the horse, and that rope help to don't do much movements with the hand. It's one thing to correct the hand of the rider. The rope here, the reins, and the rope here. If the horse do much things, you don't do force in the reins. It's the rope that could give you the equilibrium. And after, if you have a big passion when you ride your inside give you all the rest.
So this brings me to my next question. What is the role of love in working with horses?
What is the? You know, the love, it's the principal things in everything in the world. When you have a horse, a dog, a bird, you need to communicate with love. Huh? And love is doing by the heart. The heart transmits to the mind. Huh? And the mind, after, you have the reflex in the hands and the legs. If you begin with the force in the legs, in the hand, you don't work your mind. Your heart, it's kaput. And it's the contrary. You work here, and here command the arms and the legs. And when it's commanded by here, it's a machine from love, from passion. It's here.
And what difference does it make for the horses?
What difference? It's the result from the work.
I noticed that you have a lot of pictures in your arenas of various riders throughout history.
It's the picture from the 18th cycle, from the Royal Riding Hall.
And what's their significance, especially to the work that you do?
You know, all the pictures I have, 2 pictures with the King of Portugal. It's in the 18th cycle. Huh? It's a sign that the king, it's the maximum, it's interest in dressage. After the other picture that I have, it's the Marquês Marialva, it's the chief rider. With 81 years, he opened all days, 8 o'clock in the morning, open the doors of, and it's the first that go inside. He gives 1 volt and begin the work. Huh? And after I have more 2 pictures with some riders from there. It's to compare that in that moment, the king ride, the big master ride, but all the others is open to learn and to ride. It's
an inspiration. An inspiration.
Yes, it's an inspiration. And the other riding hall, the big one, I have the King of Portugal, Joseph I. It seems that they have created the alter breeder. After, I have Mr. Lagrenière.
Lagrenière, yeah.
Shoulder in.
Yes.
After, I have Nuno Oliveira with a picture, and the other side Baucher. Because Nuno Oliveira is, if you can do a system from Nuno Oliveira, it's a mescal between Lagrenière and Baucher. Huh? And I have put that there. To me, when I see that, you know, the picture is like here. The picture, it's better than the videos. Because a video, put a video, and it pass the image. But you need to put the video. A photo, you look a photo, and the video pass in your mind. In that moment, for example, I have that picture in Paris, there, with the Levada, with the horse in long reins. Huh? I look the picture and I remember very well. The entry is to Cologne, it's the Torre Eiffel. You go just to the middle. It's my mind that passed the video and passed that moment. Huh? If you see a video, it give you don't. It's not your mind that work. Huh?
You get the feeling again as well. Yes. This is true.
For example, here, I have 3 horses. It's horses from. All the horses are important, but that 3 horses mark some moments in my life. When I look that, I remember the moments. Huh?
If someone is curious about starting classical riding and learning, what's the best way to start? How can they find you? How can they learn from your work?
You know, my work is finished. I have my doctors.
Your daughters?
My doctor that work here, my peoples that help my doctors. Sometimes, but I observe all days the lessons, and sometimes I tell that you have feeling that and no. Give a good horse to have pleasure, but not like the old lady, 72 years old, that tell it's experience for my life. I have lose all my life because I don't know that. Huh?
So now people can come here to ride?
Yes. Yeah.
Also to learn from you and your daughters?
Yeah.
There are the shows like Cavalluna,
Ah.
and there's also even the Valença Academy online, where people could learn as well.
Yes. In Valença Academy, you can see the trainings that you do to the Cavalluna. Huh?
Ah, perfect.
You're training. Now in Vienna, you have a meeting with the producer to tell us what is the show the next year, what you need to prepare. If you need long-range horses, you need, I don't know what.
So it's everything. It's everything from the beginning to the capriole,
Yeah.
which people could learn.
From the capriole?
From the very beginning, the basics,
See?
up into the more advanced movements, like the pesar or the capriole.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the cabriole to a rider, if you have a horse that do that well, it's very easy. Huh? It's to touch the button, the horse give. For example, that horse, it's like a machine. You have 2 or 3 buttons that to do terre à terre, the time that you want. That number 1 to prepare. Number 3, pow! It's like a fusil, no? You give the...
A gun.
a gun. Yeah. But to prepare the horses for that it's interesting. You need a special horses. Huh? You need a special horse with much flexibility, much power, and much obedience that he give when you want that he give. Huh?
Luís Valença, thank you so much for
Nothing.
having me
When
on
you
your
want
farm.
to know some stories about horses, come here. Because it's all time a level time that you don't lose time. You stay alive one more to all that experience when you speak with the people that like horses.
I think this is also the same for people who will watch this. I think you need to enjoy the time with horses and also to learn from people like you who have a whole lifetime of experience. So thank you so much for having me here and for sharing your experience with everyone.
And excuse me my bad English. I am terrible in English. I have learned the English here with the horses. They come the clients from England, from America, and I am forced to begin to speak. But now I don't give lessons. There are much time. I have not so much. Today it's good that you speak a little because tomorrow I go to Vienna. I need to speak with that people. I have a little out.
Well, thank you so much.
Nothing.
And
when you want, you can come. Okay?
Thank you.